gotta go put places. This fucking hell. I just gotta go to Twitch. And then I gotta go to fucking... Oh, it just extra sucks because usually my solution for when my brain is like this is just like, oh, let yourself just sleep and like not set an alarm. And like, I haven't been setting an alarm. I haven't been setting an alarm for days. But I can't let myself sleep in because my body keeps waking up. I think I think tomorrow I might just try closing my blinds and just seeing if the lack of natural light just lets me sleep.
A little longer.
I know. I'm just like, because I don't really want to fuck up my sleep schedule or end up waking up super, super late, but I'm just like, I can't think, man. Like, the dopamine deficiency is atrocious right now. What am I even doing? Oh, because I'm advertising Mitchie's. I'm gonna explode. Oh. I gotta go to Twitch. Not Twitch, Twitter. Fucking kill me.
Sometimes this is how the brain works. Badly.
Okay, chat. I'm just gonna let Chinema say whatever the fuck she wants right now, because I just genuinely, like, just for context, chat, I apologize. My brain is not functioning. It has not been functioning for a few days. I cannot, like, I have exactly, like, 2 interests right now, and if it's not related to those 2 interests, my brain cannot focus for more than 5 minutes. So, if I apologize if this stream I'm a bit, like, out of it, or I feel a bit out of it. But I'm just like, I'm gonna go look at something on Amazon. Chinua can do whatever the fuck while I wait for people to get in here. And I'll probably have to repeat this in a minute because, nobody shows up in the first 5 minutes of the stream. It's almost like that's why I wait to do an intro.
I don't know.
But whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Y'all have fun. And by go, I mean I'm right here. I'm just not paying attention.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the Chit channel in which we play games. And the games that we play are very silly. And if they're not silly, they're still very silly. Today, we are playing a game called Murders on the Yangtze River, where we are trying our best to figure out what happened to our brother currently, who has been framed for... Well, no, he wasn't framed for a crime. But, like, you know how it is when you have a crime in front of you, and you're like, that's my crime now. And you're like, no, it's not. Please don't call it your crime because it's not your crime. And they're like, my crime now. And so you sit there and you're like, oh no, they've crimed us. And now we're out of crime.
Why is this one more expensive?
So that happens sometimes. But it's okay because we know what's going on. The plot of the game is in which we play as little guys. And these little guys have about 6 hit points. And the 6 hit points are called deductions. So we, as detectives, are playing a detective game in which we're solving murders on the Yangtze River. Yeah. But in the other news,
can someone explain to me why this stupid thing, when it's in blue, it's $10, but when it's in pink, it's $13? Because I don't understand.
Tax? That's definitely the pink tax. That is an example of a pink tax.
I know, but it's just, I want a different, I just wish I could get a different color. They just only have one. I know they have other colors because they show it in the promo art, but they don't. There's not an option for other colors. There's one color. And I think that's really dumb.
It is very dumb.
I don't want, like, it's not even that I just want pink. I just want a different color than white. Because they're all just in white. And I'm like, I know that they exist ones that are not white. But why do you only
Yeah.
show me the one in white? I don't understand. I fucking hate it. I wish I could just find this in a physical store, but I can't because I tried and I looked and it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. It stopped existing years
I just
ago.
want to combust.
And
No,
you'll miss your
okay, no, it's
dude.
not the pink tax. You know why? Ready?
Oh?
The one in green is $15, and the one in orange is $20.
Ooh, well, guys, what's going on with your colors?
I don't know. I don't understand. What's the
I do
difference?
not. I guess maybe it's an actual dye issue of like what dyes they're using,
I
but that's
guess, but
still
that's
very weird.
ridiculous. That's so
That is so
ridiculous.
weird.
That's so stupid. The fucking orange one shouldn't be $20. It's
It should not be
ridiculous.
$20. That is very silly.
Oh. So it's not the pink tax. This is just stupid. Whatever. I'm just gonna get my stupid cube. I'm just gonna get the stupid
Cube.
cube. Because I need to. All I could think about when I was trying and failing to play that game is like, I just need something in my hand. I don't know why, but I'm like, I need it to. I just need the cube, and I just need to get the fucking cube. Ugh.
Cube. And that happens. Better news. We were talking about circles, I'm pretty sure, and how they are definitely shapes and are not trying to steal your soul. If you find a cube that is trying to steal your soul, disregard it. That usually works.
Should I just use
If
my
it
gift
doesn't work,
card? I don't know. I don't want to use my
I would
gift
say
card
yeah.
for this. No, because I don't. I don't need to use my gift. It's a $50 gift card. I'm just gonna be spending $10 on a. I don't need to use it. I don't. It'd be
Yeah.
stupid to use it for a fucking cube when I could use it for something that's actually gonna be expensive.
This is also fair.
Why do I have to sign in? I don't want to sign. Can I not just buy? I can't because I don't have any. Can someone just take me out? Like, can someone just explode
Take
my
you
brain a
out
little
to
bit?
the
Just
ball
to.
game.
I just wish
Find
to
a new
be
slice of cheese.
delivered from this distress that I'm feeling.
Cheese. Waddle waddle. Till the very next day. Bum 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 bum.
Of course, you're sending code to my email because of course you do. Because these always do this. We don't need to do this. We don't.
They don't,
Okay.
but they gotta. Because how else will they know that you're a person if you don't have an email address?
They should know. I do have an email address. It's
Which
the one
is
I
how they know
put
you're a
in.
person. Otherwise. But other things, important information for people to know today is that the food of the week is in fact white rice and plantain chips. Because I said so and no one else voted. So, we say that this is what's going on because that's how this works. Um, Things to know about is as we play this game, I will be doing a Scottish accent and it'll be bad.
You don't have to do the Scottish accent. You know that, right?
Yeah. Things to know. I will be doing a Scottish accent and it will be bad. But it's okay because it's fun. And that's the important thing. Sometimes having fun is the real winner. Except for when the winner is money. And then it's money. Bam, 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 bam. Sometimes your brain just says the duck is waddling. Dum, 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 ba-dum, ba, 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 ba.
I hate this. Is this my actual card? Do you just have it on file even though I told you not to save it? Because of course you do. Because you're a shady fucking web browser.
Yeah. What else would do it? Not have it on file? That's so silly.
Yeah, because I told them not to.
Mm.
Anytime I'm ever asked to save a password, to save a card, or anything, I always say no, because of course you should say no. Because, no.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I don't want that. Go away. Yes, use this address. The address I literally just punched in. Yes. Because that's my apartment number that I'm not saying out loud.
Web safety. Do not tell people your information. Unless they need your information. And then you can tell them your information. But do it safely.
I don't want Prime. I should just get the Prime, but to do that I have to go through my mom, and I don't want to do it. I don't. Why is it? I'm even gonna be here. Yes, I'm gonna be here, but it's so long to wait. But I'm not gonna pay extra money for it to arrive possibly 4 days earlier, because it says that it could arrive on September 6th or September 9th. And at that point, if it's going to show up at September 9th, I might as well have just got it on the 10th.
Yeah.
Just do it on the 10th. Just do it on the 10th, I guess. I hate Amazon.
It's a bad company.
I wish I could just...
That's
I already typed this in. I don't need to type this... I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Got a monopoly.
I just want to get things in physical stores. I just miss being able to get things in physical stores. Good, I did it. I ordered it. The stupid cube will be coming at some point in the future.
Cubed.
I paid $15 for that goddamn cube. I better use it so much that it breaks, I swear to God. Okay. Anyway. Hi, stream. Hello.
Hi, stream.
We're gonna be playing More Murder on the Yangtze River. And unfortunately, if you can't tell, my brain is in distress. I'm not diagnosed, but I'm presumably just having an extremely bad case of really intense ADHD, where I have been unable to physically focus on almost anything except for like a handful of different things. Things that I am not currently doing right this second, and unfortunately cannot be doing every waking second as much as my brain wants to. So we're going to be playing, and we're going to do our best to play and get through most of it. But unfortunately, if I seem a bit like out of focus or off, it's not because I don't want to play this game. It's because my brain is literally not functioning correctly right now, as much as I would like it to. So I hope people have fun regardless. I hope it's a fun time. And again, if I sound tired or annoyed, it's not because of anything in particular. It's just because it's been a long day, and my brain not functioning has unfortunately not helped. So, but we're gonna just play the game, and we're gonna try to have a fun time, and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So, let me actually open the goddamn game.
Game. We're gonna have fun. It's okay.
We're gonna try.
And important information for people to know is that I have comms open, and you should commission me because I'm cool.
You could have said that during your intro that you do.
Yeah, and I was going to, but then I got distracted.
Sure.
Yeah, I did. Trust.
Yep.
I'm super good at everything, and one of the things I'm super good at is being distracted.
All right. Yes, anyway, Chinema has commissions open, and you should go commission Chinema because Chinema needs money for playing for things in November. So please go commission Chinema. Yeah, I guess I need to open on my phone too so I can actually watch the chat.
Because while I'm a reliable source,
you're not.
I am also sometimes a not reliable
Half
source.
the time when I ask you to read the chat, you don't read the chat out loud and you just occasionally respond when it's Mooney talking.
I respond to others too.
Yeah, but you do it without reading it out. You just respond to them instead of giving me the context that I literally asked you to give me.
Yes.
Which I don't appreciate generally, because I would like to know what the chat is actually saying to me, because that's kind of an important part of doing the streaming thing. Otherwise, we would just be playing a game by ourselves.
Yeah.
And not on stream.
And not on the stream.
So, anyway, we're gonna play now.
Better.
Okay, brain. We need to focus. We need to pay very good attention. We need to pay such good attention. Because I believe that we're going to be going out in the hallway. That's where we stop.
Yep, we're starting into the hallway. Let's go.
Many things.
Okay.
Auntie Cheng, may I? Do you want to know about my personal matters? About your brother's matters? Or about the case? About yourself. You'd like to ask how long I've been in London? Exactly. I'm from Teochew Canton. I've been here for 13 years. The fog in London, toxic. You can see nothing, smell unpleasantly. Lungs corrupted for the living here. No one cares about this terrible environment. Auntie Cheng, the staircase is indeed... My lungs are still all right. The medicine inside is nothing special. They are all tonic herbs. Astragalus, ginseng, and goji berries. About my brother. Auntie Cheng, may I ask? Your brother is polite and knowledgeable, and our 5 elements are a good match. According to the sexagenary?
I'm assuming,
Sexagenary cycle? I was born on a Genjing day, and your brother on a Jihai day. Genying belongs to metal, while Jihai belongs to earth, and earth generates metal. The yin and yang are balanced, mutually generating and thriving. If he rents this house from me, both he and I should benefit. Alas, his year predicts misfortune and a short life. Don't move. Your eyes are bright and lively. Your facial features are well proportioned, sign of long life. Listen to my advice. Don't hold on to gains and losses. Only trap you in your inner demons. You are so helpful. Auntie Cheng, may I ask, what happened that day? That day I was sitting at the entrance. Brian came back at noon and greeted me. Also, I saw several people following him like ghosts. After your brother came back, they stood opposite side of the street, staring here. Keep an eye on him. Do you know that my brother... It seems like he also noticed. His left facial muscle is twitching a bit. Expression looks peculiar, very rigid. At that time, it was approximately around 1 o'clock. I watched him go upstairs and lock himself inside. He didn't come out again. Before the police arrived, I stayed at the entrance the whole time, and no one else went in. Auntie Cheng, regarding this matter, what do you... I told the police, but they didn't believe me. They even said it was my mistake. The public security here, bad. Cool.
Okay.
Very helpful, I think.
Maybe.
A wooden miscellaneous cabinet. Inside, there are various uncommonly used items piled up.
Okay.
There's a statue of Kuan Yu placed as an offering on the ancestral altar. In front of the statue is a censer with 3 burning incense sticks inside of it. Medicine is being brewed on the stove, and the hallway is filled with a strong herbal smell. But this smell is unfamiliar. It doesn't resemble common Chinese herbal medicine.
Can we ask her about it? Okay.
And we can go back in a second. These are these are Brian's coat and hat. I didn't find any suspicious clues. The bookcase in the bedroom is filled with detective novels. There are also the murders in the Rue Morgue, The Woman in White, and The Moonstone. A whole collection of the Sherlock Holmes series. The Return, a book gifted by Joseph. There's a dedication he left on the title page. Brian, welcome back to the Conan Doyle Book Club. Enjoy The Return. Joseph. Joseph still got bad vibes. I remember Brian's dream.
Vibes.
Such bad vibes. To become a detective. This photo. This is probably the only family photo. If it weren't for our father, the family wouldn't have fallen apart.
The fact that it's ripped like that too, like, hey.
Yeah. No, it's pretty obvious. Now even you have left.
Oh no, it wasn't ripped. It was folded.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
folded
Okay.
back. Yeah.
This is also you're standing like that.
Oh, sad
Lantern.
memories. Dad, can a lantern really make wishes come true? Oh gosh. Who's dad?
Of course it can.
Your dad.
The Sky Lantern is a messenger to the moon for listening to wishes.
Really? Does the moon listen to our wishes?
Yes, write wishes on your lantern, release it into the sky. The moon becomes aware.
Then I want to become a great traveler. Brother, what is your wish? This is you. What?
Sorry, I didn't realize this was me, so I took a swallow of water and I'm like, I cannot swallow this yet because I have to take my meds. And I'm like, yeah, I was the brother, so I started laughing. Okay.
My wish is to become a detective.
Brother, what is a detective?
Detectives also go on adventures like travelers do. But they always manage to notice the details that others overlook.
God. Listen. It's not this game. It's just that I swear to God, all of these games have something like this, where it's like, what's that? And they say something vague that is like not an answer to the question. And I'm like, guys, what? I have never in my life heard someone talk like this. Because it's always just like, oh, like, what's your dream? Oh yes, to go fly amongst the stars or something. Or like, oh, what's it?
Very
Or
tragic
they
of
make
like,
some
this
weird,
person's dead.
yeah, or they'd make a weird connection like that where it's just like, oh, what's a lawyer? It's just like, it's like a detective, except we, like, I don't know, we read books or something. Like, not exactly that, but you know what I mean. It's just these, like, weird, like, listen.
Detective.
Someone,
it's like a comet in the sky. It's
yeah,
scary, all
like
those things.
Like,
Bring
look
them all
at me in the
together.
eyes and
Find
say
the
if a
truth.
child asked you what a detective was, that you would say, yes, they're like a traveler who goes on adventures and notices details that others overlook. Tell me, someone look me in the eye and tell me that's what you would tell someone.
Of course I would. I mean, what else would I tell them? The truth? That's silly.
How hard is it to say that, like, oh yeah, a detective's a person who solves crimes? Like, what? Like, how?
What you tell them is that it's a dinosaur. It's a type of dinosaur.
That would
And
at
when they
least
grow
be a
up,
normal
then they-
sibling response. That sounds impressive. Then I want to become a detective traveler.
That's great. I believe it will definitely come true.
I'm choosing to believe that the reason he was talking like that is because Brian is just really fucking with his brother. He's just really like, alright, sure thing, kid. Whatever, you dumbass. Like, oh, yeah,
Like,
detective's like
yeah, I
a
think you
traveler.
should
Yeah.
just be,
Like, it's just
like,
like,
think of, like, yeah, you can grow up to be a tiger. Sure. You want to be a tiger when you grow up? Yeah, feel free to. Yeah. Okay.
Go on,
for
you
sure.
little furry. Like, just... That's the vibe I'm getting right now. The sky lantern is flying. Dad, hurry up and take a photo.
It's been flying for a couple of seconds, but sure.
That's not... No, they were holding it. I don't know. They were in the middle. Obviously, they didn't fully animate the cutscene. What do you want?
I know, okay? It's just really funny to think of, okay?
This was taken before my father. This photo has been with my brother all along. Cool.
Okay.
This is my brother's diary. The previous pages have been torn off. Only one page remains. This is a dead end. Everything is meaningless. Utterly meaningless.
Well, doesn't that sound like it's
Riveting. I have already checked everything. Please take me to the police station to have a look at the case files.
We're off then. At the station, you'll need to sign a few papers for me. Ordinary suits, achievement.
Mm-hmm. I think this was you?
I think this was me too. I have no idea what voice I'm giving him. No, I remember now. I think maybe.
I don't know.
No,
I was hoping
I
you
don't
wouldn't.
know. I'm assuming this is the country accent now.
I don't want it to be. I would rather be anything else. You just keep giving everyone a country accent.
I only gave like 2 people country
No.
accents so far.
You just
Yes?
default to country accent for anyone who is not like a young person.
No.
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
Just read the goddamn dialogue.
Gentlemen, I just received a telegram from Edgar Lee, hanging on Ironworks, and I need your help. He's a longtime friend of mine. This morning, extremely mysterious incident occurred at their ironworks.
Hanyang.
Hanyang Ironworks? I've been wanting to visit Hanyang Ironworks. Shan, let's take on this commission. It's on our way anyway.
Okay.
Let's leave immediately.
No more time to reflect
We-
on our brother's demise.
No more time for
We gotta do other things.
We're back
Early
to
20th
early-
century Wuhan.
Wuhan.
Why did it have to
What's
give us
going
the
on?
date?
Because we know this is the earliest 20th century.
Iron and steel, the backbone of the industry.
It's because we're actually traveling through time.
In the history of Wu and Yu, there are records of Gan Jiang and Mo Yi's secret to steelmaking. The transformation of spirit and matter requires a human sacrifice. I once believed that that was only an ancient legend. Yet
Oh,
history
no.
chose to repeat itself once more. Because someone's gonna die.
Oh
Oh!
no!
Oh! Oh, like that! Like that, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, this sounds like they're gonna sacrifice someone into the hot metal, and I'm like, okay.
I truly wasn't imagining
anyway,
that.
right up ahead. Let's hurry on in.
I-
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. You two gentlemen must be the detectives Shipmaster Lowe recommended. I am Lee. I, the Deputy Administrator of the Hanyang Iron Works. Wait.
I'm Lei.
Lee I? I am Lee I, the... Lee the First? Lee I, the Deputy Administrator of Hanyang Iron Works.
Yeah.
Or Lee E? I don't remember. I don't know. I am Shun Chung Ping. This is my assistant, Afu. Give me the secrets. Give me the facts.
Secrets. The facts. Secrets. The knowledge.
Deputy Administrator. The newly established government offices or representative organizations at the end of the Qing Dynasty, the Deputy Administrator refers to the Assistant Director of the organization and is an official title. The Executive Director is usually called the Administrator or the General Manager. For example, when preparations for the construction of the Hanyang Ironworks began, Kai Ziyong was appointed to the administrator, as the administrator, and Zhao Weiqing, along with Zhu Jianyin, were appointed as deputy administrators. They were in charge of machinery purchases, site selection, iron mining, coal mining, and other affairs in the ironworks. Please tell me the course of events of this incident, Your Honor. This morning, Foreman Ting accidentally fell into the... I'm glad this is the freaking picture we get. Foreman Ting accidentally fell into the ladle and caused an explosion.
Accidentally. It sounds like an accident. Was something wrong?
When Foreman Ting fell into the ladle, 2 workers witnessed the entire process. They both claimed that Foreman Ting appeared out of thin air at the 2nd floor furnace area.
Appeared out of thin air?
That's right. No one saw him go up, but in the blink of an eye he was just standing there. It caused mass panic because rumors of ghosts are beginning to spread among the workers. That is indeed particularly odd. The situation is getting out of control. Any more delay could cause more troubles to arise. I hope you can uncover the truth today so that we can calm the workers and resume production.
I don't think that's how this works. Don't worry and leave it to us, Mr. Deputy Administrator. Shan is a professional.
Thank you for your troubles. I still have matters to attend to, so please, excuse me. You are excused.
Yeah. Huh? I didn't get to ask him what the exact rumors were yet.
We should go to the site of the incident first to take a look. The deputy administrator claims that the workers saw Ting appear suddenly on the 2nd floor. Then, in front of witnesses, he fell from the 2nd floor furnace area into the ladle. The deputy administrator claims that workers saw Ting appear suddenly on the 2nd floor.
Okay. Molten steel is flowing out from the outlet. What a grand sight.
You know about them statues in the office?
Yeah, what about it?
They got something to do with the Foreman Tig's death. Oh, hi.
Auntie Vu.
Auntie Vu.
Auntie, you're here as well?
The officials said that something terrible happened here and asked me to come examine the body. I rushed over here the second I arrived. I haven't even had the time to eat lunch yet.
But, Auntie, can you still examine the body after it fell into a furnace? Okay.
What's there to examine? He's all ashes now. I don't have any godlike abilities to help me distinguish a corpse from slag.
Yeah, even if Auntie was the reincarnation of Song-Chi, it's still impossible. Song-Chi? I think it's Song-Chi.
Song-Chi?
Because if it was Chi, it would be it would be C-H-I or Q-I. So, this is probably C?
Song Si was a government official and forensic medical scientist from the Southern Song Dynasty in 1127 to 1279. He dedicated his life working in a criminal court and accumulated a remarkable amount of experience in forensic identification. He also looks like he has like a Chad jaw, like in this picture. I'm choosing to believe that it's accurate to real life.
There you go.
In his later years, he wrote the book of Collected Cases of Injustice Rectified, the oldest known monumental work of forensic science, more than 300 years earlier than when the relevant works began to appear in Europe.
Yeah.
At least you get the point. Unlike them. So it seems like you two are overseeing this matter as well. That is correct, Auntie Vu. Do you have any information on this case? The deceased is called Ting Ta Feng. He was 45 years old and the foreman of the factory floor. There are lots of rumors about the cause. Again, I can't read. You can't make fun of me right now. There are lots of rumors about the cause. Again, my eyes are literally in okay, not to go completely off topic. Another tick in the box of I must have some ADHD or something similar is because whenever Kenzie was describing being on ADHD medication, he described it as I can't explain it, but the best thing I could say is that I feel like I'm seeing everything in HD. I have never been on ADHD medication. I've never been on any kind of mental psychiatric kind of medication or anything like that. Yet somehow I knew exactly what he was describing. Because I knew that I don't see in high definition. Because I knew exactly what he's describing, because I was yep, I understand exactly, because even though I can be looking at something and I can see completely fine, it's just that my eyes are only focusing on a little pinpoint in my mind, and sometimes on nothing at all in particular. And I'm
yeah.
And I know that especially because I know that happens when I'm driving. If I'm really zoned out, I am paying attention. I'm not contrary to what the courts want you to believe, I'm not generally a reckless driver. I'm not generally anything like that. I pay enough attention, but I'll just get very again, the best way I can describe it is very SD, very not completely in focus and very kind of all over the place. I'm looking more into, which is so strange to say because I have aphantasia. You'd think I literally can't daydream or be in my head, but I definitely can be. The best way I can describe it is I'm focusing more on my thoughts than using my eyes.
Yeah. Again, that reminds me of the time when I was when we were driving over to the escape room place, and I said we turned onto the road. I'm yes, I know where we're going, and it's did you not see the thing that we passed? I'm no, I only saw that this was the turn we needed to go on, and there was a Joanne's, and that's everything I saw.
Yeah. So I'm but that's why I know that something's up. So that's what I mean. If I'm pretty sure that's why the other night when we were doing AI Somnium, why I couldn't fucking talk, because I just fucking couldn't process the words in front of me. Because I'm just I am reading the words, but they just, and this is not because of my lack of glasses, they're just images to me. I know they're words and I'm reading them. It's just also I'm not fully having all of my attention on them, which sucks.
Yeah.
Happens
to the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
And by the best of us, I mean me.
Yeah. I need to go to I'm hoping to get a fucking general doctor sometime soon. My mom said she was looking into one that she could maybe recommend to me, but I was I don't want to bug her too much, but I'm Mom, please do, so I can just sit down and be all right, we need to talk about my mental health. Listen, I'm not even looking for medication right now. I just want to do the tests. Just let me take the little tests so I can just get some general answers, please.
General answers.
I know there's an ADHD and an autism test. Let me just run through them real quick, please.
Yeah. I gotta remember, because I still need to take the test for autism at least, just so I can have it on file. It's definitely the thing of I didn't technically take the test for ADHD, but I was diagnosed with it, so...
Yeah. I think it's just some of them do it a little bit different. I know that Kenzie, I think, took a specific test for it that you just run through. Because even if you do those tests, and even if you don't pass them, quote unquote, it doesn't mean you don't have them. Yeah, they're designed. They're just designed to give a general doctor a really basic breakdown of oh yeah, you hit all of the medically recognized markers for this thing, or you hit enough of them for me to be able to prescribe you medication. or whatever it might, or like refer you to someone else. So I'm like, because at this point I know I have to have, in my own heart of hearts, I have to have either autism or ADHD, possibly both, but there's no fucking way on this planet I don't have at least one, because God.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I lean more towards especially just autism, or just some autism spectrum something, because, like...
We bounce too much.
Yeah, well, I'm also just, like, the way I behave sometimes is just so, like... Again, my weirdness of textures, my weirdness of food, the fact that half the time when I don't like food, it's not because of taste, it's because of texture. Half of the way I behave socially, I've always been deeply socially... Like, I've always described it as being, like... Which I think this might be something... Because that's the other thing, too. OCD's a big one, because at this point, I have to have OCD. I don't think there's any other explanation for how my brain functions than... Like, in terms of intrusive thoughts and in terms of, like, certain behaviors like that, than OCD. But I think, having thought about it, that my OCD and my autism have in some ways possibly coagulated, because I've always just... I can't relate to people who talk about having autism and, like, oh, I just said this stuff because I didn't realize that this was weird to say. I have it in the way of, like, I am keenly aware. I am overly aware that there are social rules and social structures in place that I need to be aware of. I don't know what they are, though. And I am constantly dying because I don't know what they are, and I'm constantly playing a mental game with myself, trying to figure out what's wrong, what should I do, what should I say, what should I whatever. But I'm like... But they do not come naturally enough to me for it to be like, and I also think about it because I think back to also way back in, like, middle school, I think, or something. I remember someone coming and talking to us about autism and Asperger's and, like, describing all of the fucking, like, symptoms of Asperger's, and I kid you not, every single thing the dude listed, I was like, yeah, I do that. I totally do that. And I'm like...
We're just like, wait a second.
Well, because it was, I think even his argument was like, oh yeah, so like, I don't know, I don't even remember, so like, I don't want to totally like say that this dude was being like ableist or like anything. I just remember him explaining it and then being like, oh, but some of it, my thing, I think if I remember correctly, and also to give the benefit of the doubt to my memory, I think what it was him trying to explain like, hey, the special, like, people who have autism or Asperger's who are on the spectrum, like, they're just like you or I, because they're like, hey, there's probably some things I listed with Asperger's that you can relate to, or that you also do, or whatever. And at the time, I don't think I processed hard enough that that it wasn't one of them. I did all of those things. It was, you know, having, like, a really particular interest, struggling with eye contact, struggling, like, making friends or feeling socially awkward or, like, what, you know, all sorts of fucking bullshit, you know? But, like, every single goddamn thing. And I'm like, so, I don't know. I'm just, like, I don't know if it's both. I don't know if it's one or the other. But I'm like, and I'm obviously, I think at this point I've leaned very, like, I understand very heavily what a hyperfixation is versus, like, a normal obsession for something.
Yeah.
Because, again, like I said, there are literally, I can name 2 things off the top of my head that my brain wants to think about. It's the only thing I can possibly think about. It's the only thing I possibly want to do, to a point where it has become detrimental because I cannot physically make myself do it, or I can, but it's so impossible for me to make myself do other things right now. I don't know. Shrugs. But I just need some doctor to please tell me that I do in fact have something. Because Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's enough rambling about bullshit for me. Point is, if I mess up words, you're not allowed to make fun of me right now. Because I'm literally cannot see in anything higher than, like, 620 resolution, okay? My brain is...
By the way, the chat says I can relate to this.
You type that.
The chat says I can relate
I'm
to
looking
this.
at the chat. You type that. Anyway. There are a lot of rumors about the cause of his incident, but most of them can't be taken seriously.
Auntie, have you heard the rumors too? Come on, tell me.
You little rascal! Why are you always so interested in chasing shadows? Without an autopsy, it'll be even more difficult to uncover the truth.
You're right, Auntie.
He fell from the second floor, so you should go there. No need to waste your time here.
Okay, Auntie Vu.
Auntie Vu, is the corpse mixed in with the slag? Still thinking about an autopsy? If you could separate them, I'll examine the body for you. It seems that we will not be able to obtain any clues from the corpse this time.
Sorry, I'm just also thinking of how there's currently a show I'm watching, The Monster, and like the way that it's because of the sound effect of Auntie Vu's cane, but they have a specific thing where a lot of things are like, hey, this is taking place in a certain amount of time and everything, right? And so they keep on showing the days, and they do a sound effect with the days each time, and it's like the dun dun sound. I'm like, guys, please. Screen completely blacks out, tells you, oh, it's the 36th day. Dun dun.
Dun dun.
It continues, and it's so silly.
Dun dun da 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 ba ba. I've been distracted again.
Anyway, yes, we will go to the second floor or read the barrier.
We're
Barrier
going
first,
to get. Just give me a second.
No, I'm giving you a second. I'm giving you a second.
No, you're
I'm
not.
giving you
You're telling me, oh, we're gonna do this in the game. Like, no. I'm not looking
No.
at the game. Shush. Like,
No, I'm talking to chat.
no. I can hear it in my
No, I'm
ears.
talking- Okay then. Why is this area blocked off by ropes?
Someone is protecting the scene by using the ropes as boundary line.
Such a careful and professional arrangement must have been the work of Auntie Vu.
Stop licking my boots. It was already like this when I got here.
Huh? Who could it have been?
I don't. It's a fucking crime scene. A dude just died. Why is it that weird to you that they roped it off? This is ladle number 2, the ladle that the foreman fell into.
Ladles are 2 meters tall and can hold up to 30 tons of molten steel at a time.
Cool.
Great! Shen, we'll reach the site of the incident when we go up from here.
Hopefully all the crucial evidence will still be there. What if I don't want to go up there yet? I knew something was wrong with Foreman Ting.
You play with fire, you get burned.
We should investigate the site of the incident before we go there. Fine. Gosh.
Gosh,
Afu, what is the matter?
I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are scorch marks. They're all right here.
Look, there are scorch marks all over the stairs. The explosion was caused by the incident. Even the stairs were affected. The splash range of the explosion must have been quite wide.
This means that no one could approach these stairs for quite a while, even after the explosion.
Thanks.
Good to know. Afu, is this lever used to open the molten steel outlet?
That's right. This is a very thoughtful design.
How is that so?
Look, this lever is really long. You have to stand here to open the outlet shutter.
Is it designed this way to prevent the workers from getting burned?
That's right. The molten steel in the furnace can reach a temperature of a staggering 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit.
No, that says Celsius. Please do not spread incorrect information on the stream.
Staggering 1,600 degrees Celsius.
Yes, thank you.
Once the shutter is opened, the temperature close by rises rapidly.
Just so everybody knows, 1,600 degrees Celsius is equivalent to almost 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Just to be clear.
Celsius and Fahrenheit are not 1-to-1 scales.
Yeah, Chinema. It's almost like that's why I told you not to spread false information.
But what if it's just cold steel?
No. I'm gonna kill you. I don't have the brain power for this.
It's much safer to open the furnace from such a distance.
Yeah, that was smart. That's totally what you should do. This is where Foreman Ting's falling incident took place.
Me staring at the back of your head.
You're able to see the workers just looking at us. You are able to see the workers in the opposite metal casting area from here.
You can also see the ladle directly below. It's ginormous, like a well. When the incident happened, the well was filled with red-hot molten steel.
It sure looks like the entrance to hell.
No, this is the entrance leading to the truth.
Shen, let's begin investigating.
Crime scene investigation.
The one thing I can see.
There's some grayish-white powder underneath the railing. Smells like rice cakes.
I swear to fucking God.
Sniff, 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 sniff,
I'm gonna
sniff.
cry. Don't do
Sniff.
that.
Upon closer examination, these are small particles that have a lingering, pungent smell.
Okay. Afu, do you know what this is?
Sulfur? I can't think of anything right now, but this must be a residue of something that was burned.
I mean, that's odd, though, because that's where he was standing. It kind of looks like the shit from the slag. But
yeah.
It can't be.
Presumably because they're talking about, like, hey, it's something that smells.
Yeah.
I want to say it's, like, sulfur because that's usually what...
Yeah, usually that's
Really
what people
is?
mean.
Although there are scorch marks on the molten steel outlet shoulder, it's still intact. It seems like a furnace explosion accident didn't occur at the time. Shen, this is the molten steel basin. Once the shutter is open, molten steel of 16,000 degrees
Celsius. I'll kill you.
Celsius flows through here into the ladle. When that happens, the temperature close by will be extremely hot.
A section of the railing next to the molten steel outlet is missing.
You're right. Judging by the structure, there should be a movable crossbar here. The design makes it more convenient to clean the molten steel outlet. But where did the crossbar go? Could it be that it fell into the ladle?
This detail is quite suspicious.
Thanks.
This is the ladle that Foreman Ting fell into. It is now empty.
Huh? Where did the molten steel go?
Perhaps the workers may know something about this. I mean, I'm presuming the pile of guck that's next to it, but sure.
Yes, slag.
There are scorch marks all over the railings. Foreman Ting's fall caused an explosion. Afu, although quite a few people have mentioned the sound of an explosion on site, could it be possible that the explosion occurred first, then Ting fell into the molten steel after?
The human body contains a lot of water. When water meets molten steel, it will vaporize and its volume expand 1,000 times. So if a person were to fall into molten steel, it's bound to cause an explosion.
Then if the explosion occurred first and Ting fell after, there would have been 2 explosions. However, the workers only saw 1 explosion. It must have been caused by Ting's fall.
Yep, 100% correct. Unless Ting's bite didn't have any water in it.
Well, but I was also going to say, unless there wasn't any steel in the basin, and the explosion occurred first as the sound, and then he fell into an empty basin, and maybe his body was swapped or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we can't do an autopsy on the slag, so there's always the potential that he's actually not in there at all.
Yeah. Huh? Shen, could it be that someone orchestrated this accident?
You mean someone deliberately loosened the railing? Informant Ting leaned upon it. The railing came off and fell into the ladle along with him.
Exactly.
That does seem practicable. However, how did that person convince Ting to lean against the railing after the shutter was opened?
Oh, so why were they that close? Yes, when the shutter was open, the area nearby was very hot. The railings were scalding, too.
No hurry to conclude. We should investigate all the places that can be looked into first. I'm going to pause real quick and I'm going to get bun cake, because...
Okay.
Yeah.
I will go to the restroom, because I
Go to the
should also
restroom.
go
Everyone go stretch. Take a minute.
Stretch.
Okay.
Cause no problems. Cause all the problems. Hello, chat. Welcome. I'm back. Another thing to let you know about is that the Zodiac Lord has also recently is an artist for a comic. He reposted it on Twitter, so you should go check that out. The comic that he's working on now, since it's official, not official, it's public now, is really cool and really silly, and yeah.
You're talking about comic stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's apparently doing pretty good over on Reddit.
That's good, that's good.
God, it's pretty decent amount of views on TikTok as well. Like, I mean, TikTok's the easiest place to get views, but that's pretty okay. And then on Reddit, people are like, I think there's been the most comments on Reddit, and the comments are pretty funny. So I'm like, hopeful. Oh well. Are you good to continue?
Yeah. I went to the restroom.
That's good.
I did not pass out.
Apu, these big crane hooks used to transport the ladle.
Yep, these are the crane hooks of the bridge crane. It can lift up to 5 tons of load.
Up to 50?
50. Jen, be careful of the molten steel up ahead. Don't be careful. Jump over it, jump over it, jump over it.
I'm not able to get any closer to the heat.
Chen, the railings on both sides of outlet 1 are movable. It has the same design as outlet 2. Okay, get closer.
No. It's fucking molten steel.
I love how it just stops and just stares downwards towards it. Like, hey. It's a person. Chen, this is the charging area behind the furnaces. The working here should probably know something, right?
Mister, I'm Chen Chengping. I was entrusted to investigate Foreman Ting's falling incident. Could I have a moment of your time? Go for it.
He says ain't. I know what that means.
Yeah?
Don't call me mister. I ain't used to that.
Oh, so this one you don't use a country accent on it when it has ain't in the fucking sentence?
I'm just a furnace charger. My name is Li Shanghai. Shanghai. You can call me Old Li. Ask all you want. Gives me time to rest a bit.
You an hour
Miss-
late.
Old Lee.
When he says, no, I'm an hour late.
It's okay, you didn't miss a whole bunch. We're at the first couple of minutes were me complaining, and then we complained some more about 40 minutes in. So it's okay.
I did. Mooney says I did.
No,
No,
it's
you
fine.
actually didn't. Cause we really just kind of. Okay, you can watch it back. It's a lot of things that happened. A lot of the stick is
Totally.
Mooney says,
We're here. Please, I can read the chat now, Chinema. Anyway, it's fine, Mooney. We love you. Just come with us
I
on
love
this
you,
adventure.
Mooney. I kiss you. I kiss you on your silly little head.
Oh, Lee, what are you mainly responsible for?
I'm responsible for charging the furnace. I'm also in charge of opening and closing the outlet.
Suspicious.
Does charging the furnace mean to add fuel to the furnace?
Not fuel, but bulk materials.
Fluorite, limestone, iron ore, steel scrap, manganese ore, silica sand, and human bodies.
If you want the steel to be of high purity, you need to add bulk material in every now and then.
Are there any other workers on the second floor platform?
There are a few helpers, but last night was just a trial production. I didn't ask them to come. It takes 4 hours to purify steel in a furnace, so it's enough for me to handle alone.
You don't look so well, Old Lee. Haven't you rested?
I just pulled an all-nighter and was going to rest today, but then the incident happened. Those punks don't have the guts to work, so they're just grabbing onto me and draining me dry. Oh, right. Once Chen gets to the bottom of this, you'll be able to take a break.
What?
Aquarium.
Oh.
For Mooney.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
When Shen gets to the oh yeah, I did read that. Take a break. That's just like looking forward to seeing the moon on New Year's Eve.
Fish.
Don't count on it. Ask all you want. Gives me time to rest a bit.
What kind of person was Foreman Fish?
He's a stubborn one, tracked mind guy who's not so popular. He's so obsessed with steel technology that he even forget to pay our wages. Ever since he started worshipping the gods, he became even less human. He even provoked.
Huh? Provoked what?
Never mind. There's no point in talking about this since he's already dead. Ask all you want. Gives me time to rest a bit.
Lee, please tell us more about the foreman worshipping gods. We need to have a comprehensive understanding of him.
You also think his death is related to that statue?
Statue? What statue?
He must have been possessed to provoke that sort of thing. They all say that it's easy to invite a god, but hard to send one away. If you neglect them, you could be possessed by an evil spirit, or worse, you may get killed. Old Lee, you still haven't told us what Foreman Ting was worshipping, though. No, I just can't. It's unspeakable. I advise you both to stay far away from the shrine in the office.
Okay, we're definitely going to the shrine in the office.
We're going to the shrine in the office.
Were you working here when the incident occurred?
Mm-hmm. I've been busy working here since last night. After pulling an all-nighter, the molten steel in furnace number 1 was finally ready. That's not working, okay. Once the ladle was filled, I checked the quality of the molten steel and closed outlet number 1. After that, I came back, started the autoloader, and started preparing for the next batch. I was shoveling materials into furnace 1, and suddenly I heard a boom. I saw furnace 2 emitting smoke, the molten steel splashed everywhere, and the railings on fire. How was it opened? I thought it was a furnace explosion, but it wasn't. Someone opened the outlet in advance.
How could you be sure that someone else had opened it?
The lever was in the buckle, so someone must have done it. Is it possible that you've opened it yourself but then forgot about it? No way! I couldn't have opened up furnace number 2 after I just finished working on furnace number 1. After I finish work on furnace 1, it takes 1 hour to begin work on furnace 2. Is this why you think Foreman Ting pulled the lever himself? I don't know, but it could only have been him, right?
Throughout the process, did you see Foreman Ting?
Nope, I didn't see him at all. Tusk, tusk. Actually, I only knew about what happened after I heard Old Chow and the others talking about the incident. Yeah, who is this lady? Wasn't Old Chow one of the workers who witnessed the incident? Yeah, I heard him say that Ting appeared next to the molten steel outlet out of thin air. Everyone's guessing it was the 5 Ghost teleportation magic. And, you know, from Black Friday. All in all, it's strange business, I tell ya. Ask all you want, gives me time to rest a bit. Victim appears out of thin air. Chen only says he didn't see Ting. Could it be that Foreman Ting was deliberately avoiding him?
That is possible.
Even so, why would Foreman Ting do that?
We know very little about the deceased at the moment, so it is too soon to judge. We also cannot rule out the possibility that Old Lee is withholding information from us.
Then let's go and interview the workers in the ironworks. Old Lee said that Foreman Ting's death is related to the shrine in the office. I wonder what that shrine actually looks like.
We will know once we get to the office and see for ourselves, or look or squint at the little picture in this fucking box.
Yeah. I finally get to see an autoloader with my own eyes.
So this is what the structure of a crown block is like. Knowledge unlocked.
A crown block, also known as a bridge crane, is a type of hoisting equipment installed above workshops or warehouses to lift heavy objects. The structure of a crown block is similar to a cable car. However, what moves along the cableway of the crown block is not a carriage full of passengers, but a trolley connected to a lifting device. When the crown block is operating, the workers are able to control the trolley's movements in the control room and use the lifting device to transport goods. Interesting. Or a person.
Interesting.
Anyway,
person.
or a person who could mysteriously appear on the other side by being transported there. I don't know, maybe, possibly, who knows?
Maybe, possibly, who knows.
I mean, there's literally a platform up there that you could probably slide around on. If we go further, would we be able to go around to the left side of furnace number 1?
Molten steel is coming out from there and it's scalding hot. We better not go over there. I'm in conveyor door. Why is this door locked? That doors for the transportation of minerals, and elevators on the other side. This door is usually locked and only opens when we're transporting minerals. Suspicious. When was the last time minerals were transported up here? Let me think. It would have been 2 days ago. Okay.
Is this fuel that is piled up in here?
This is bulk material, mostly lime and fluoride in the sort.
So, you need lime to make steel.
Yep, bulk materials are used to separate impurities from the molten steel. Huh? How come there's a big shit of tarpule in here? I now know what tarp means.
Yeah.
So they kept steel scraps prepared for smelting piled underneath here. It's well protected.
Can steel scrap be used as raw material? These steel scraps are already quite rusty.
That's the advantage of the open hearth process. Steel scraps can be used as raw materials. We'll not explain why, just it's an advantage.
Yep.
To the floor of the first.
Foreman Ting dessert. What do you got? What do you deserved?
No one likes him anyway. Hey guys. Is your pay?
After something like this, our wages are being paid early. Supervisor Ho, how about...
Lou, keep your mouth shut. Just take the money and go. Thanks for the money.
Free money. I don't think I've seen this young man before.
We're here to get paid and also investigate the case.
Ho, Hyung. This is Mr. Shen, his assistant Afu.
Who you should definitely pay.
They are here to investigate the matter of Foreman Ting's falling incident.
And also we've worked here this whole time.
I see. It's a pleasure to meet you. I almost forgot this important matter. Ho Hyung, please make a deposit for Mr. Shen. Your Honor, I cannot accept this for nothing.
Gasp.
Mr. Shen, I will reward you properly after you find out what exactly happened. Well, you need not refuse, Mr. Shen. The sooner everything is clear, the less damage the ironworks will have to sustain.
Shen, it seems that if we don't accept the money, Mr. Deputy Administrator can't be at ease.
All right.
Thank you. I get to put it in my
Yes,
little
and
bag.
giving us coins engraved with Guanzu period silver coin. Maybe something says. Interesting.
Money. Let's go back and talk to
If you have anything to ask me, I will gladly tell you everything I know. What are your duties, Mr. Ho? I am the supervisor of funds. All things related to money here fall under my responsibility, such as bookkeeping, managing bills, as well as the purchasing of goods and materials.
And paying wages?
You're a smart cookie, young boy, but I'm not the one who's in charge of paying wages. Usually, the workers' wages are paid by the foreman directly, but that's why I'm doing it. I just heard from the workers that the wages for this month are being paid earlier than usual. Indeed, Mr. Lee has instructed me to do so, hoping that this will calm everyone down. You two probably don't know that the Simons Martin furnace in this incident was very expensive. After the incident, people on the factory floor were terrified, causing production to stagnate. For each day the furnace is not in operation, thousands of silver coins will be lost.
No wonder Mr. Deputy Administrator seems so anxious.
He's standing right there. If you have anything to... Yeah. How was your relationship with Foreman Ting, Mr. Ho? My daily work intersected with Foreman Ting's, so I guess we were quite familiar.
What kind of person was Foreman Ting?
He treated people a bit harshly, so he was not very popular among the workers. However, I know that he was just too obsessed with studying metallurgy.
Obsessed with what he loved? I totally get him.
I heard that he had a habit of worshipping a statue. Do you know when it started, Mr. Ho? If you're asking about the statue, it's a long story. The quality of our steel products was not stable, so we didn't have a steady flow of funds. Mr. Shang imported a German Simons Martin furnace and ordered Mr. Lee to improve quality. The Simons Martin furnace, also known as an open hearth furnace, is a steelmaking furnace named after the inventor Carl Wilhelm Simons and Pierre Emile Martin. The open hearth process was developed to enable the use of any proportion of pig iron and steel scraps as furnace charge to produce various high-quality grades of steel, greatly reducing production costs. However, the disadvantage of the open hearth process were evident. The average operation took too long and the energy consumption was high. As a result, it was replaced by more advanced steelmaking methods in 1970.
I don't know how we make steel now.
What?
I don't know how we make steel now.
I don't know either. I mean, probably same kind of factory, just probably more automated. We thought the problem would be solved, but our steel rails still have quality defects. Mr. Lee placed the burden onto Foreman Ting. Ting made a pledge, promising he would get the job done.
So that's when Foreman Ting began worshipping the gods?
That statue was originally acquired by Mr. Lee. It was meant to be a symbol of luck. Knowledge. Oh, fact, actually. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Gianjiang and Mo Yi were a famous swordsmith couple from the spring and autumn period 770 to 476 BCE. Known for forging two sharp swords named after themselves. Over 1,000 years, many legends have evolved around them. In the spring and autumn annals of Wu and Yu, when Ganjiang was commissioned by King Helu of Wu to forge a sword and encountered the problem of the metal not melting, he was at a loss. Mo Yi mentioned, for divine objects to transform, they require human involvement. Recalling his master Woyizi, who once sacrificed himself to the furnace when facing the same issue, resulting in a successful forging. Both decided to cut their hair and nails and cast them into the furnace, thereby crafting two divine weapons. Interesting.
So what I'm hearing is that you needed to add some form of water into it, and then it would work better?
But hair and nails don't contain water.
They contain moisture.
Moisture is not the same as water. Like, Air contains
Yeah.
moisture.
Yeah, but it needed moisture into the thing.
That's a different thing than throwing your entire body into the furnace.
Yeah. Most definitely, it's a different thing. Yes, I was just more in general saying like you could have just added water probably instead of cutting your hair and nails.
No, if you would have added full ash water, it would have exploded. That's the point.
Ah, that's fair.
That's literally what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Water makes it go boom.
Water does in fact make.
That's why I was clarifying that water is not the same thing as just moisture.
Leave
Yeah,
me
you're
alone,
right. Burnt
Minnie.
rice. Yeah,
I
you're right,
didn't
Minnie.
burn rice. I didn't burn rice.
You're right.
Guys,
Who would have thought that
you
Foreman
couldn't-
Ting would become obsessed with worshipping the gods? He often closed himself off inside the office all day long. He became unusually thin and pale, with a withered face, and he kept on mumbling strange things. What did he say? I don't quite remember. Something about Chinese teachings and Western teachings.
Chinese traditional values for foundation, Western ideologies for practical use?
That's it. He said to make steel and Hanyang do as the ancient Hanyangers do.
Well, I don't get that at all.
I regret that I haven't paid more attention. Otherwise, none of this would have... Cool. Were you present when the incident occurred, Mr. Ho? I was checking inventory and only heard a bang. When I got there, the fire had been put out. I didn't know until after that it was... Mr. Ho, when was the last time you saw Foreman Ting? I ran into yesterday evening, right around here. It was almost payday, so I was busy verifying the account book. I went to double-check workers' attendance with the Foreman Ting. But when I met up with Foreman Ting, he still appeared absent-minded. He didn't respond when I called out to him. He walked into the office and locked himself inside. Everyone knows that he locks the door when he's worshipping the gods. When you saw him yesterday, was there anything else unusual about him? Nothing else, no. Oh! I do remember a small detail, though. I don't know if it counts. When I ran into him yesterday, he was wearing a headcloth. I've never seen him wear one before.
He doesn't usually wear a headcloth?
He thinks it's stuffy, so he rarely wears one. Interesting. This detail
already
deserves
tried it there.
attention.
I wrote it down, Shen.
Okay. If you have anything else to ask me, blah 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 blah. Thinky time.
Thinky time. Shen, does wearing a headcloth even count as being suspicious? Wearing a headcloth in an ironworks not only prevents burns, but also reduces water loss.
People do not make a change in habits lightly, not unless there is a particular reason. I mean, if we were going with the idea that he was sacrificing himself, it's to conserve water. The incident is a serious matter. If there's anything you want to know, Mr. Shen, just ask. Mr. Deputy Administrator, please tell us more about Foreman Ting. Foreman Ting began working at this ironworks when it was founded. He learned chemistry and steelmaking, and also spent time in the laboratory. For the past 6 months, he had been transferred to the factory floor to work as a foreman. Although he was sometimes tough and stubborn, always have been keen on studying steelmaking. Recently, we imported the most advanced Siemens Martin furnace from Germany. He had been researching on a new method of open hearth steelmaking. But he hadn't found the knack for it yet, and the quality of the last batch was less than ideal. The incident is a serious matter. Mr. Lee, I heard that there was something wrong with the quality of the steel rails. Ugh, it's hard to explain.
As part of steelmaking is removing the phosphorus. Fragmentation easily appears in steel with high phosphorus content. Was this the type of problem you were facing?
Seems like Afu knows the ropes. Indeed. Due to some reasons. The high-quality ores from Dei were transported to Japan. We only got lower-grade ones. The Bessemer converter we originally had can't remove phosphorus efficiently. So we spent a large sum of money to import the Siemens Martin furnace from Germany. The Bessemer converter. The Bessemer converter is a steelmaking furnace named after its inventor, Henry Bessemer. The steelmaking process derived is known as the Bessemer process, which laid the foundation of modern steelmaking workmanship and marked the evolution of early industrial revolution from the Iron Age to the Steel Age. However, since this craft used acidic materials as furnace walls, it was unable to effectively remove phosphorus, sulfur, and other impurities in steel, so it gradually faded out from history. There's a mention of sulfur. I mean, I guess phosphorus is also pretty pungent.
Yeah, phosphorus is pretty stinky. However, phosphorus is more shines too as well, because phosphorus is one of the materials that glows in the dark, ?
Okay.
Something like that. It reacts, okay? It really takes the painstaking effort of everyone to make good steel.
If only natural that we treat industrial prosperity as our duty. Mr. Deputy Administrator, where were you when the incident occurred? I was busy entertaining a guest, so I wasn't on the furnace factory floor. When I got there, the fire had already been put out. Fortunately, no further damage was caused. Although the fire was put out, terrifying rumors began to spread. The workers refused to work. I hope that Mr. Shen is able to uncover the truth as soon as possible. The roar of these machines is deafening.
Shen, this is the sound of the industry's heartbeat.
Oh, that's right, this is me, I guess. Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Why did Mr. Lee make us cast these ingots?
Shh. Keep your mouth shut. Someone's coming. It's very suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Are these ingots made from the furnace that Foreman Ting fell into? That's right. You gentlemen should stay away from this kind of unlucky thing. It'll be difficult to deal with later on if the molten steel cools down inside the ladle.
Even so, we can't use these. The blood and bones of Foreman Ting are in here.
It's not.
Just thinking about it gives me the creeps.
I really doubt it. The human body is mainly composed of water and carbon. Its density is less than molten steel, which means it would float. Its body wouldn't sink into the molten steel, but would float on the surface and flow into the tank. So in essence, these are just ordinary steel ingots.
Then, do you think his soul could be in these ingots?
Any more than yours, I guess. Oh, Wu, keep your mouth shut! It's time to get back to work. Why are you so suspicious?
Master, I'm afraid the shrine will unleash its powers again. Please, wait. Again? Wu just said again, which means the shrine in the office had unleashed its powers before? What shrine? You must be deaf. You heard me wrong.
We know about the shrine. Shan and I both heard you. You both definitely said it just now. Mistress, the shrine, it's taboo. We are entrusted by Mr. Deputy Administrator to investigate the cause of this falling incident. If you don't cooperate, you may be convicted of obstruction of justice. Isn't it great when the police are on your side? Please don't be angry, mister. We'll talk. We'll talk. Anyway, I'll cast that beautiful.
Yeah.
About a month ago, Awu and Foreman Tink had a little argument. Awu, young and candid, kicked the shrine. The statue fell. He said some words of disrespect. Then the shrine unleashed its powers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
There was smoke coming out of that shrine, and there was a gunpowder smell in the air. Oh, that's probably what's on the ground. My head started throbbing, and I couldn't breathe, and I wanted to cough, so I almost fainted. Then what happened?
Tink said that Awu had offended the god of fire, then he kicked everyone out of the room. That very night, Awu got sick and lost his voice.
I had nightmares. Whenever I closed my eyes, I saw the statue staring at me. What were you gonna say?
I'm like, it just reminds me of the Radium Girls. I'm like,
I know, that's what I was about to say. I think there's a chemical problem happening here.
If the foreman hadn't begged for the gods for forgiveness on Awu's behalf eventually, I'm afraid he wouldn't even be able to speak now.
Could you...
Mister, please forgive us, but we really can't say any more. I mean, you can always say more. We should get back to work. Just because you don't want to say more doesn't mean you can't say more. Shan, from the from the state of these two workers, they don't appear to be lying. Could it be that the shrine really unleashed its powers? Don't be ridiculous.
Afu, do you know of any gas that smells of gunpowder and could harm the respiratory tract?
So you think there was something off about the smoke, then, Shen? I think that is phosphorus, then.
Mm-hmm.
The small gunpowder usually appears after a firecracker is set off. Yeah, matches are made with phosphorus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, phosphorus.
Yeah. The firearms made in Hanyang are quite famous, though. Afu, gunpowder doesn't cause a hoarseness of the voice, does it?
Generally, it doesn't. Shen, how about they give the shrine a kick as well?
There is no harm in trying.
I prefer not to. What if there actually was a god? The doors are locked, off limits to loiterers. Mr. Patrolman, why is the store locked? What does that have to do with you?
Sir, we are entrusted by Deputy Administrator Lee to investigate the Foreman Ting's case.
Oh, so it's Mr. Detective. Then of course I'd have to help you out. However, this room is impure.
You look a little evil, and I can't explain it.
He does look a little evil.
He looks just a little suspicious to me.
Little sus, little evil.
A little sus. Maybe I just distrust cops now. Maybe that's what it is. He's a friend. Are you sure, Mooney? I don't know.
Mooney, you lie a lot.
Mm-hmm. Like, just look at the
Everyone
face.
knows deep down how Foreman Ting died. Beware of the shrine in that room. We're not scared. Let them have a look.
Thank you for your troubles, sir.
Here, a bribe.
Why does he keep touching his ear?
Okay.
He says I do not lie. Mr. Patrolman, why haven't you opened the doors yet? We just bribed you. It really stresses me out having to help you open these doors. We need to complete investigations today, so we're short on time. Oh my, think about opening this door. It's making my head ache. Could I ask for your
There's
help?
there has to be chemicals in the air, right? Like, there has to be.
Most
He's
definitely.
acting so weird.
How can we help? I just heard a crisp, pleasant sound ringing out from you two.
Oh, he's asking for money.
Could you lend me a hand to refresh my memory?
I don't trust you. You seem something with a crisp and pleasant sound. Could he be asking for...
Don't give him the clue.
Afu, hand it over to him.
I cannot believe
Lee isn't allowed
this game even.
That doesn't mean chemicals can't be in the air, Minnie.
This sound is so enlightening to me.
You're such a bastard.
I was right. He definitely was like, yeah, okay, we're actually bribe time. Why did you have to open so creepily?
Because it's the creepy statue.
Shen, although this is just an ordinary statue, after hearing all those rumors, looking at it gives me the chills. It's almost as if Grandpa Ganjane and Grandma Moyi are watching me.
Hi.
It's her!
Who allowed you to just come in here?
Who just said that?
Who do you think?
Is that Grandma Moyi? Yes! Young
Interesting.
lady, please, and that's you.
Young lady, please stop playing tricks.
Who's playing tricks?
She looks a lot older in her bust photo than I thought she was going to.
Yeah,
But I
I
think
know.
that's also because of the Ace Attorney effect. Weird girl. Child kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, you know. A weird girl. Anyway. If you weren't trying to tease people, why are the lights off?
I just finished investigating and was about to leave. You were the ones who came in unexpectedly. What's wrong? Were you scared, kiddo?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, really? Then who did you just call Grandma?
Shen, let's begin investigating.
Investigate? Investigate what? The falling incident this morning?
Yup. Deputy Administrator Lee invited us here specially.
What? He promised he'd give me exclusive coverage. Which newspaper do you work for?
Miss, this is a misunderstanding. I am Shen Chengping, a detective. This is my assistant, Afu.
Oh, so you're detectives. I'm Wen Koshin, a journalist for the Shanghai News. However, I don't think there's any chance for Mr. Detective to show off in this case anymore.
What do you mean?
I'm just about to uncover the truth. Even the headline for tomorrow's paper is drawn up. Exclusive coverage. The whole story of the falling incident at Hangyang Ironworks.
In that case, would you be willing to share the clues that you possess, Miss Wen?
It's fine if you want information, but you'll have to offer something useful to me in return.
I'm an expert in science and Shen is skilled in deduction. Is this enough?
Physics is useful. It'll supply some theoretical knowledge for my articles.
Fact. Give me the fact.
Fact.
Gezi studies. Gezi, or the investigation of things to extended knowledge, originates from the phrase "the great learning." To extend knowledge to the utmost, one must investigate the principles of things. It refers to acquiring knowledge through the exploration of the nature of things. In the late Qing Dynasty, Gezi studies broadly encompassed disciplines such as mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. In 1875, Shanghai Polytechnic Institute action, an early institution for cultivating scientific talent in China was established. The following year, British scholar John Fryer and Chinese scientist Zhu Xiao founded the Chinese Scientific Journal, the Chinese scientific magazine, facilitating the spread of scientific knowledge in China.
Scientific.
You can start
That's
asking me
fine.
questions now. Miss Wen, why are you here at the Ironworks?
The Ironworks just won orders from the Zhengtai Railway and the Canton Hankow Railway. However, its products were said to have quality problems. It's at the center of a storm.
Railways to the late Qing Dynasty. By the end of the Qing Dynasty, the Qing government gradually came to accept the railways despite them being a foreign product. The Canton Hankow Railway, stretching for more than 1,000 kilometers and taking 36 years to construct, was one of the longest railways that took the most time to establish. The Zhengtai Railway, in game, also known as the Shi-Tai Railway, refers to the railway line from Shijiazhuang,
Shijiazhuang. I think so.
To Taiyuan, most of which was designed and built by the Chinese themselves. It is worth mentioning that the railways constructed in the late Qing Dynasty formed the basic framework for China's railways.
Nice.
My journalistic intuition tells me that there is an opening for a story here. Former glory gone, Hanyang Ironworks endures hardship. A news report like this.
That title alone already sounds interesting.
Yet I was halfway done with my draft when this happened.
So now you're planning to write about Foreman Ting's falling incident?
I'm sorry for what happened, but this is definitely a better story.
What were you doing at the time of the incident, Miss Wen?
I was originally planning to take some photos of the factory floor this morning. When I got to the factory floor, I ran into Mr. Lee. He wanted to show me the new metal mixer. I wasn't long after we left the factory floor that we heard an explosion. We hurried back.
Miss Wen, did you arrange the rope barrier at the site of the incident?
That's right. If the site is damaged in any way, the news report might be inaccurate.
This measure was immensely helpful to the investigation.
Well, of course. I'm a senior reporter.
Miss Wen, what's the truth that you discovered?
You want me to just give you the answers?
I mean, you can make a self
You'll know
for
soon
it.
enough. It's getting late. I still need to go to the metal casting platform to get my camera. Excuse me. Don't forget our promise.
You didn't give us any information. You shared no... Miss...
Yeah.
Shen, let's start investigating this side as well. We can't lose to Miss Wang.
It's not a competition. It's only about the truth, not about winning or losing.
It's a competition now. I still don't like seeing her so pleased with herself. Especially when she said she was going to give us information if we helped her out, and then doesn't give us information. Like, you know? Code of practice rule number 1. Leaving without permission during work hours is prohibited. Rule number 2. Name badges must be hung on the board during work hours. Rule number 3. All of the materials used in production shall be managed by the foreman. Rule number 4. Those who are absent from work will be fined 7 days in wages. If you forgot to hang your name badge, it would count as skipping work. That's so strict.
The desk is clean, but the inkstone is covered with dust. It hasn't been used in a long time. Blueprints of the imported furnace are under the paperweight, also documents in foreign languages.
These papers are covered in handwritten notes. It seems like Foreman Ting put in a lot of work.
Could a craftsman who studies technology and reads foreign documents be superstitious? Yes.
Yes. That's hard to say. My Oiden, Mr. Newton, was a devout follower of theology in his old
I'm
age.
sorry, my idol?
I said idol.
You did not. You said idol.
I did.
You said
I
idol.
said my idol.
Everyone.
My idol.
Mooney, you heard that, right? You better have
Nah.
heard that.
Mm-mm.
We should record the condition of the desk first.
I said idol.
You said oidel. It's in the
You guys are
recording.
so mean to me.
You said
I also
oidel.
feel like this is not the first time I've done this. I think I
Probably.
just have trouble with certain words.
Yeah, you do.
But I
And then
have
you
to-
deny
I
it every
forget to
single
react.
time.
Yes, because it doesn't happen. Shen, there's a Western wall clock here. The engraving says that this was a gift from the Wuhan Chamber of Commerce for water transport. Here's a board made of copper with several rows of hooks on it. Looks like workers need to hang their name badges on this board when they're on duty. Shen, this is the floor plan for the factory floor. The map looks
The
quite
map
new.
looks quite new. It was probably put up not long ago. A working
That's
drawing
like
of
that.
the open hearth furnace is pasted on the right beside it.
Shen, Miss Webb mentioned going to the metal casting platform to get her camera back. Could it be that she caught something shocking on the camera?
I need to go to the metal casting platform to speak with those who might witness the incident. Not quite. Because we still have a shrine to look at, don't we? Judging from the previous investigation, Foreman Ting was obsessed with steelmaking technology. Then again, all oddities related to the shrine also indicated that he was worshipping a statue.
Maybe he was just too focused on achieving success. That's why he decided to go to extremes.
Or perhaps the statue holds a different meaning for him.
I think he was stealing things and hiding it in the statue.
Maybe. The shrine is dedicated to the statue of Ganjiang and Mo Yi. The shrine is made of rosewood. It also holds an incense burner and 2 candlesticks. A copper incense burner with 3 sticks of incense placed vertically. Is that it? Okay.
Shen, the dock is right outside these doors.
Mm-hmm. We will go out after we finish investigating this case. Uh-oh. Something terrible gonna happen?
Shen, we'll reach the metal casting platform if we go up from here. Something terrible's gonna happen.
Okay. Let's just go up.
No. You went the wrong up. There you go. I don't know why those are so close together without any indication of them being different. Why are you guys here? Huh? There's a camera over here.
This probably belongs to Miss Wen.
It's completely burnt. What a waste of a good camera.
Why do people keep coming up here? I just shoot away a woman, and now 2 more guys showed up. It's time for us to start casting indicates, so get back down right now.
Oh, Wu, it's the detectives. You have to speak more politely. Huh? Isn't that Ah Wu and his master?
My apologies for disturbing you both. I still have a few questions to ask.
Mooney says no. I think this is a suspicious
That was a while
no.
ago. That was a
Okay.
while ago.
Okay. You're too kind, mister. Just call me Old Chow. If there's anything you'd like to know, we will definitely cooperate with you. I feel like you won't.
What do the 2 of you think of Foreman Ting?
We don't have any particular thoughts about the foreman.
He got what he deserved. There's nothing more to say about it.
It seems like the two of you don't like Foreman Ting very much. To say the least.
From his point of view, anything anyone else did was always wrong. He just didn't like us.
Oh, woo, there's no fault in the foreman having been strict with his demands.
Everyone did as he said, but the last batch of steel rails still got screwed up, didn't they? He was just picking holes.
If there's anything you'd like to know, we'll... no, that's...
Were you two the ones who witnessed the process of Foreman Ting's falling incident this morning?
Yes.
If I could trouble you two to please tell me what you saw and heard during that time?
This was the first trial production since the furnace was shut down and renovated. Just when we began casting, Abu suddenly said, "The foreman is watching us." There he was, standing next to the outlet. Molten steel was coming out, yet he didn't mind the heat.
Are you sure that the person you saw at the time is Foreman Ting?
I'm sure.
He was leaning on the rail at the time. He looked spiritless, and he kept staring downwards. You did not notice Foreman Ting before this moment? No, he just appeared out of the blue. The railings are super hot when the molten steel is pouring out, but he didn't care at all. He wasn't possessed. If he wasn't possessed by something, then what? Old Chow, you said earlier that when you saw Foreman Ting, molten steel was coming out. Did you see Foreman Ting or anyone else open the molten steel outlet shutter?
No. When we began casting, both molten steel outlets were closed. I remember it clearly. I don't know who did it, but it wasn't the time to open the shutter yet. And then?
And then, I just watched as the railing that he was leaning on disappeared.
Disappeared? You mean the railing broke off and fell into the molten steel along with him?
No, it disappeared. It vanished into thin air. I was watching the entire time. I didn't see anything else fall in. Old Chow, did you also see the railing suddenly disappear? This is an iron factory? It's a steel factory.
Yeah, steel. I didn't see it as vividly as Abu did, but... the foreman was indeed leaning against the railing, and then he suddenly fell into the ladle. Yeah.
Sorry,
And then it
Toshi.
exploded, and fire was everywhere. When I looked again, he was no longer there, and there was no railing either.
Did you notice anything unusual about him this morning? He was wearing a headcloth that he usually doesn't wear. Nothing else.
Yeah, I saw it too. Gentlemen, we're about to start casting soon.
Just go back down already. Don't be in our way.
Whoa, the ladle's coming our way. Ladle. It's too dangerous to stay here.
My apologies. Which something. Oh wait, which bummer. Looked like it was still there to me. Yeah. Again, there's something in the air. You're so suspicious.
Mr. Shen, Mr. Lee is waiting for you in the office. He said that progress has been made in the case, so he's asking to meet up with you, Mr. Chen.
Why is this the voice you're doing now? I've already finished the investigations. Time to discuss with Mr. Deputy Administrator.
What voice was it before?
Not that.
It wasn't?
No.
I thought it was a high-pitched voice.
It was a higher pitched voice, but now you're talking like this! Which is not how you were talking right now. Investigations have come to a temporary close. Shall we discuss with Deputy Administrator? I guess. Let me save first.
Save!
I probably will only go on a little bit longer, only because, it's getting kind of late, and I probably need to lay down at some point, but...
Do you want to just call it here before we go and do the investigations with the captain? Or do you want to continue into that part?
It's another cop that's ending people. Listen, it'd be hilarious if it was.
It's funny.
We can continue a little bit more. Well, I don't know. I guess probably now, because we don't know how long it's going to go on. But I feel bad, because we didn't play for a whole week. And we only went like an hour.
We did 2 hours of playing. We were streaming for like 2 hours, okay? And this happens, okay? Yeah. Yeah, we know we're at the beginning of the case. We only did investigations.
Yeah, I know, we are. But I just wonder if the conversation here is going to be like 20 minutes or like 2 hours. Because if it's like 20 minutes, I'm fine with that. But if it's going to be 2 hours, that's a different situation.
I feel like it'll be like 2 hours.
Well,
just because
we could learn things. We could learn information.
Okay, Mooney says it shouldn't be too long, so let's go.
Let's do it, because I wanna know that. Oh, we've made a development. I wanna know what the development is. So
yeah,
let's just do it. It's fine. If in like 20 minutes, if I'm just tired and done, then we can go. It's fine. Miss Wen has already uncovered the whole story of the incident. Let's listen to it together. Miss Wen, please tell us about your findings.
Ting's death wasn't caused by ghosts, nor was it an accident. It was actually... suicide.
Suicide? That's out of the question. Today is the pivotal moment for the trial production of the Simon's Martin furnace. Ting was engrossed in this affair. There's no way he would kill himself today of all day. I mean, I'm pretty sure the argument's going to be that, like, yes, he was sacrificing himself for the quality of the metal for the thing.
It is precisely because of today's importance that he chose to commit suicide.
Why is that?
All these years, Foreman Ting has been obsessed with studying steel-making technology. He proposed a method that was said to greatly reduce the cost of production.
I like how I keep accidentally voicing the judges in these cases. I feel like this is typecasting. Besides, this is a much more interesting cliffhanger. Good. I'm glad.
Okay.
They don't keep you in talks too long in this game. Yeah, you just never know.
As a result, the Hanyang Ironworks began to receive large orders for steel rails. However, at this crucial moment, severe quality problems with the steel rails were exposed.
Okay, it's a thing of like...
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, the way that you said that, I'm like, okay, I have a feeling that I'm voicing the bad guy now.
That would be really funny if you are. You know, the one person you're voicing in this room is the suspicious cop. Again. If that happened purely on accident, that'd be hilarious. Ting shouldn't have carried all the blame. It was mainly due to the high phosphorus content in the coke that was used. In the cocaine.
It was in the cocaine.
To solve this problem, he made a pledge to improve the technique once more. However, each and every trial production ended in failure. In desperation, he had no choice but to turn to superstitions and legends.
I'm going to laugh if that happens because I called it. Well, we called it before you told. No, it's fine. But like, no, yeah, he's just fucking look at him. He's so fucking suspicious. It's probably not. He's probably not the killer. He's just a really weird dude.
But I'm like, it could be like Old Chow.
It could be.
Or Old Chow, yeah.
What happened this morning when
well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it could be El Chow and the fucking younger dude. It could be the other dude actually behind it too. The old dude, the Oli, whatever is that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it could he could also have been behind it. We know he's hiding something. Anyway. But that's also a character you voice, so.
You know, it's okay.
What happened this morning was actually a planned suicide, or more like a sacrifice.
That's... Could it be that I put too much pressure on him?
Tragic. Foreman melts body to iron and steel. National industry less than ideal. This will be the next headline of my news report.
Miss Wen, you seem absolutely sure that Foreman Ting committed suicide. Do you have any evidence?
Well, of course. I found Foreman Ting's suicide note on the office desk.
Another fake suicide, I see.
Another fake suicide. Wait. Hold it right there. This is another double murder.
Probably.
Where's the suicide note? How come we never saw it?
Because she took it with her.
Such precious news material would obviously need to be protected.
How could you hide evidence like that?
I was afraid this clue would be lost, so I took it for safekeeping. How could that count as hiding evidence?
The fact that you didn't tell the detectives in the case to see it?
Miss Wen, would it be possible to let me take a look at that letter?
Sure, there's nothing special about it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to read it, go ahead.
For many years, I have given my all to try and make good steel. Nevertheless, all of my attempts and methods have ended in failure. It seems that I should follow the example of Ganjiang and Mo Yi. Sacrificing myself to the furnace will surely move the hearts of the gods. The last words of Ting Tai Feng, written in the office of the furnace factory floor. Shen, it really is a suicide note.
Your Honor, the handwriting does look like Foreman Ting's.
Miss Wen, you didn't damage the evidence, did you?
Of course not. I kept it exactly the way it was.
Sus.
Under these circumstances, Hu Xiang, go and draft an announcement. Announce the whole story of this incident and quell the rumors. Hold on. Something is questionable about this letter.
I don't know what it is.
Is it because of the way it's signed? Unless that was third person.
This is just an ordinary letter. What's wrong with it?
There's a detail in this letter that conflicts with the existing evidence. Miss Wen, I shall review this letter one sentence at a time and question the problematic ones. We're doing a cross-examination on a letter. Then I shall compare the questionable content with the evidence we have already collected. If I am able to find evidence that contradicts the contents of the letter, I shall present it to you.
All right, go on then. That was a really long-winded way to explain that.
Inquiry. The problem on the suicide note. Okay, let's look at it.
For years, I have given all of my all to try and make good steel. Nevertheless, all of my attempts and methods have ended in failure. It seems that I should follow the example of Ganjiang and Mo Yi. Sacrificing myself to the furnace will surely move the hearts of the gods. The last words of... Yeah! 'Cause why is it written like this?
Last words of Ting Tai Feng, written in the office of the furnace factory floor.
Is that just third person?
I think so, yeah. I think it's just like, yeah.
Like, is that written like that, or is that the game saying it like, no, it's 'cause this! It's 'cause of fucking this!
Why is it that?
'Cause it's a dry! It hasn't been used in a long time!
Ooh, right.
So if he wrote it in this office, he couldn't. There should be ink in that fucking pot. 'Cause it...
Yeah!
Yeah!
Great job!
Thank you! Does Miss Wen believe that Foreman Ting wrote this suicide note in the office?
This letter was written with a calligraphy brush. It was written on the desk in the office.
Then have you ever paid attention to the inkstone on the office desk?
Inkstone?
This suicide note is indeed written with a calligraphy brush. It also mentions written in the office at the end. I know, the really weird sign at the end. It's literally like, yes, Here is my suicide note, written by this man on this date right before killing himself. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
However,
I
the
think
only
part of it though is like a translation error thing though.
it might be, but it's just
It sounds
it's
very
very
odd and very
suspicious. However, the only inkstone in the office is dry and has accumulated a layer of dust. Evidently, it has not been used in a long time. There is an evident contradiction. This letter could not have been written at the office. Ironworks are always dusty, so it's normal for dust to accumulate in like a few hours. Like, yet there is barely any dust on the desk. Not to mention the shrine is completely spotless. It is thus clear that only the inkstone has not been used in a long time. Well, what if Foreman Ting carried a brush and ink around with him? Like a psychopath? Like a crazy person?
You say this, and I'm like, I understand what you mean, but also, even I wouldn't just carry around paint.
Well, like, because it's an ink. I would understand the brush, but just the inkstone and the ink, just in
Like,
his
yeah.
pocket, like the whole time.
We do carry like pens around and everything too, but like,
But
also,
that's again, calligraphy brush.
very
I
thing.
get.
Calligraphy
Even
brush.
carrying around like maybe a bottle of ink, I would get. But a whole inkstone just to write letters at any time when he has an office that has one.
yeah, it's a little
Anyway,
yeah.
I feel like that's more equivalent of someone not just carrying a pen around, but like carrying like a pencil and a full electronic sharpener around. That's what that is more equivalent to me, I think, personally.
Yeah, I feel like this is something I would do.
Most
That's
most
the
people don't
problem.
even carry like, I mean, in their bag maybe, but he didn't regularly walk around with a bag. Like, as far as we saw
I mean,
anyway.
like, in my pockets.
Well, that's
This
because
is
you're a
what I mean.
freak.
I feel like,
We
no,
established.
sorry, this is okay.
Anyway. Go ahead.
Who in the world would carry an inkstone around? You're being too unreasonable.
Is Mr. Detective going to dismiss this possibility?
Miss
Yes.
Wen, you are welcome to make such an assumption. However, there is one detail in this letter that it contradicts the signature.
The signature was written in the office of Foreman Ting.
Point out the place that
Um,
contradicts with the signature?
I guess maybe
Squints?
the folded lines? Because why would it be folded if he left it and wrote it on the office and then left it in the office?
That's true. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. We're together with our powers combined.
Mr. Shen, you're saying there's something wrong with the creases?
Precisely. Miss Wen said that she had specifically kept the letter as it was, to prevent damaging evidence. Therefore, Miss Wen was not the one who caused these creases, correct?
That's right. I didn't make those creases.
When you discovered the letter, it was lying flat out on the surface of the office desk, correct?
Yeah. What's the problem? Dumb bitch.
There are creases on the letter. Usually the letter is folded so that it is more convenient to carry. If this letter was truly written by Foreman Ting in the office before he committed suicide, why would he go through the trouble of folding it?
Because he got distracted.
Maybe he wrote the letter somewhere else.
But the letter clearly states that it was written in the office of the furnace factory floor. There's a really weird thing trying to specify where it was written.
Yeah.
That's true.
Could it be that the suicide note was forged?
That
Yeah,
is correct. Someone is trying to cover up the truth of Foreman Ting's death.
Gas!
What need is there to cover up Foreman Ting's death? The workers clearly saw him jump into the furnace. Could it be possible that the workers who witnessed the incident are hiding something?
Yes.
Ku, Go and bring all the workers who were present at the time of the incident for questioning.
Questioning. Yes, sir.
Suspicious man.
Suspicious man.
Mr. Detective, you still haven't completely convinced me about the problem of the suicide note. None of us can accurately predict the state of mind a person before their death. It's also possible that Ting wrote the letter somewhere else and left it in the office.
Although it is highly unlikely, the possibility does exist. We should not make conclusions based on a single piece of evidence. Let's discuss it later.
Discuss it later.
And let's put the matter of the suicide note on hold and discuss other trouts first.
Fine.
Honor, old Chow and old Awu are here.
The only 2 workers in the entire factory. Come on
There's
in.
only 2 of them. Because the other one is busy. And the Tempires
The 2 of you
are
need to
not
recall
working.
the events of this morning once more. Don't admit any details. We spent all morning saying the same things a bunch of times.
Awu, answer his honest questions properly.
Oh. At the time, my master and I were in the middle of casting ingots. I suddenly saw the foreman Ting. He was resting against the railing next to outlet number 2.
When Afu informed me of what he saw, I noticed the shutter behind Foreman Ting was opened.
So the outlet shutter was opened at the same time as the appearance of the foreman.
I think he probably opened it himself. Seconds after, Ting suddenly dived forward. Right after that, the ladle exploded.
There is one contradiction with their statements that is related to this evidence.
One contradiction, one evidence.
In the
Together.
middle of the casting ingots, I suddenly saw Foreman Ting. He was resting against the railing next to outlet number 2. I noticed the outlet shutter behind Ting was open. He likely opened it himself. Nope. There's no way he could have.
No way he could
It's
have
after
opened it
Ting
himself.
suddenly dived forward right into the outlet that exploded. Throughout this entire process, we didn't see another person on the other side. It was impossible for Foreman Ting to open the outlet shutter by himself. He could not have been the only person on site.
Why not?
The lever is very long. To pull it, one must stand on the other side of the molten steel basin. However, when they saw Ting, they also found the outlet shutter open. This could not be achieved by one person alone.
It might not have been completely simultaneous. After all, Awu and I weren't staring at the other side the entire time.
Mr. Detective, couldn't Foreman Ting just pull open the shutter, then sprint to the ladle?
No, he could not, because this was present on site. Point out the reason why it's impossible to reach the ladle that quickly. Because of this.
Yeah. Because we have to jump over
After
it.
Foreman Ting pulled it, yeah, because otherwise he'd fucking die. It's like a fucking 3,000 degrees. After Foreman Ting pulled the lever, he must have stepped over the basin to reach the falling spot. However, once the outlet shutter is opened, the basin was filled with molten steel of 1600 Celsius. A person could not possibly pass. I'm going to fucking kill you. A person could not possibly pass through. To reach the spot he dived from, Ting had to pass through the charging area behind the furnaces. This could not be achieved in a short amount of time.
Perhaps Foreman Ting opened the outlet shutter beforehand. And it was only a coincidence that old Chow and Awu didn't see him do it.
The outlet shutter was closed the whole time before the incident. I'm not lying. Even if old Chow and Awu possibly missed sighting him, When Ting passed through the refilling area, he was bound to run into the furnace charger, Old Lee. How do we explain the fact that Old Lee was completely oblivious to Ting's appearance?
He was lying.
Or... Oh, that's you.
Or did the 5 ghosts transport him?
Did the shrine unleash its powers? Ghosts and gods are not at work here. The will of a person is. Devious little man. One other person must have been present at the scene of Foreman Ting's falling incident. The moment Foreman Ting leaned against the railing, that person pulled open the outlet shutter. Wait a second. With Old Chow and Ah Wu watching from front of the furnace and Old Lee working in the back, if there really was another person present on site, how would they possibly remain undetected? By using this piece of evidence, they would have been able to conceal themselves tactfully.
A tarpon.
This is about the
A
headcloth.
headcloth.
Railing of the incident site. I'm assuming the headcloth. Oh no, because the ladle was in front of them, right? I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's what they were saying is that thing. Yeah, if the person wanted to conceal their tracks, all they had to do was utilize the ladle.
I got it. Shenna's talking about a visual blind spot.
This so-called blind spot. Does it refer to an area that cannot be seen?
Yes, this ladle is 2 meters tall and 1.5 meters in diameter. It would definitely block their vision.
But my master and I were standing in different places when we were casting. One of us will always be looking at the other side. Old Chow, where were you and Ah Wu standing during this task? What was your distance from the ladle?
Usually, I stand on the left side of the ladle and Ah Wu stands next to me. We're close to it.
I have observed the two of you working from the metal casting platform. Both of you have blind spots when you are working, and your blind spots intersect with one another. That is where the suspect hid themselves.
Yes. But
my master and I don't just stand there. When the ladle moves, we move along with it. Wouldn't we see them once we started walking? The reason why you would not be able to see the suspect is because absolute blind spot present. Suspect moved with the ladle. Yeah.
Suspect moved with the ladle.
It is quite simple. By moving alongside the ladle, they could continuously stay in the blind spot. That's... Look at the TV, son of a bitch.
True, as long as they can't see the workers won't be able to see them. The camera staring directly at us.
I know.
Because the path of life is reversible.
Yeah, the camera that was conveniently burned in the explosion.
Conveniently.
That's why the railing disappeared. Yeah. I love the evil shadow figures. Yeah.
Interesting. If this was published in a novel or column, I'm sure readers would be interested. However, I'm afraid Mr. Detective forgot that Ting's falling caused an explosion. If there was another person on the platform at the time, how could they have survived?
Yet there were no other casualties in the falling incident today. Well, because they were both staring at the goddamn explosion, so the person could just fucking run away. Or like, well, technically they even say it in the testimony, like they didn't take their eyes off of him, they just kept staring at him.
How do you explain that?
I believe the suspect could have hidden here.
Is it maybe the doors?
What doors?
Like, you see the doors,
Well, no, because they'd have to go all the way this way.
Yeah.
I think it's... Oh, they could have hidden right here, maybe? Like,
Well,
they
no,
climbed
because
down the ladder slightly to get out of the way?
No, because I don't think they climbed down the ladder at all because the ladder was too high. So they couldn't have gone down. That was the whole thing that they mentioned.
I mean, like
Yeah.
right here, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Because I want to say the doors, but yeah.
Like, there's no way. They'd have to run all the way.
Yeah.
Like, that's, at that point, that's not a hiding
They
spot.
would have
That's
to
an
go
escape
around.
route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an escape route rather than a hiding spot. That's true. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The passageway on the right side of Furnace 2 was not affected. They could hide here. Hidden behind the ladle, they were not far from the passageway when the explosion occurred. While Ting's appearance caught the attention of the workers, they hid inside the passageway.
Sounds like suspect not only knows steelmaking, but also knows people well.
But that still doesn't seem right.
Oh, Wu, what right do you have to interrupt their conversation?
Oh, Wu, what other problems are you aware of? I clearly saw Ting leaning on the railing. He toppled over because it suddenly disappeared. If the shrine didn't unleash its powers, how could the railing suddenly disappear? Railings won't disappear into thin air, kiddo. Ghosts don't exist in this world either. Okay, theory? Before we talk about it, we found that powder on the floor, right?
Yeah.
What if
You
the
think
railing...
it also crumbled?
Yeah, what if the railing was like a fake railing? And then it crumbled away, and that's why it looked like it vanished. Because it crumbled all at once, and then he fell over. I don't know exactly how the timing would have worked with that, but...
Yeah. It heated up, and so then it exploded.
Maybe. Not exploded. They would have seen it if it
Well-
exploded.
Heated up, and so that it quote-unquote melted / exploded
Yeah,
because it was...
It
yeah.
disintegrated is the word you're looking for.
Disintegrated is the word I'm looking for. That is correct.
But I saw it with my own eyes, I swear! I am also 100% sure that you saw things incorrectly. It's easy for people's memories to get confused when they're nervous or afraid. I didn't see incorrectly. Miss Wen, why are you so sure that Awu was mistaken? When I was
Can I look at
taking
my
photos...
camera?
Ooh, when I was taking photos yesterday evening, the railing was already missing. Again, it was probably
Yeah,
probably
through your
disintegrated. It was a fake one. Old Lee, the furnace charger, was the only person on duty last night. He claims that he didn't install any railings. If you don't believe me, look at this photo.
Shen, there really is no railing above the light.
It totally was
Ladle.
a thing that disintegrated. I bet your ass.
It definitely
But
was.
I saw him leaning against the railing.
Stop sticking your neck out, you. Too much talk is always a loss.
Mr. Shen, if there wasn't a railing above the ladle, that means that Ting stood there by himself. The workers are also absolutely certain that there wasn't anyone around him. Then how did he fall into the ladle? That's why I said it was suicide. However, combined with Mr. Detective's deduction, it's possible someone is helping him. The disappearance of the railing and Ting's falling may be connected to this. The grayish-white powder.
Grayish white powder.
Do it, do it, do it. Yeah! This is the powder that Afu found near the railings. This powder is actually grayish-white particles that have been a lingering pungent smell.
This is the residue of a burnt
Of
substance.
a burnt sunspit.
We've only found it at the site of the incident.
This indeed doesn't seem like something used in steelmaking. We believe that the suspect set up some kind of mechanism on the site that caused Ting's falling. I never thought the story behind a falling incident would be so complicated. A mechanism is quite newsworthy. So what kind of mechanism was it exactly?
We don't know yet. Well, we still need some time to investigate that.
I have seen a number of Western machines, strange and intricate things that left me in awe. If the mechanism you speak of can be restored, this whole incident will basically make sense. Ghosts and gods were not at work here, but machinery caused it all. However, there is still one thing that I can't understand. The series of plans was quite complicated and required the cooperation of Foreman Ting. Why would Foreman Ting be at the mercy of another?
Blackmail?
I think it's I'm afraid he already died. I think
he was dead before.
I think he was a dead body and that he was being dumped in here as a show of some kind.
Yeah.
I bet... Okay, this is my theory from here, before I click this.
Okay.
I bet that the whole reason of the head covering, right? Mm-hmm. I bet someone was pretending to be him, either pretending to be him or he did walk in here with a head covering or something because of some other reason that we don't quite know yet. But however he died, I bet had something to do with head trauma or something like that. So he had to cover. They covered his head to hide it, or if it's someone disguising at him, it was also to like hide the fact that they weren't him because maybe their hair was different or something.
Yeah.
And then they, because it would also explain why he seemed to be acting a little weird whenever, because from what what Ho said, he basically was in his office, locked the door, and didn't come out. So it's completely possible that someone came in through this other door that's right here by the docks and maybe killed him and then has now been dragging him out trying to hide the body in some way or just make some kind of show of the body. Something like that. I bet there's totally like maybe he was cracked upside. Exactly. I think he could have been possibly hit upside the head or something and that caused his death or something like that.
I think that part of it is that because they mentioned this and they didn't go into the detail about it, but like how they were supposed to get good quality ore, but then it went to Japan for some other reason and they didn't say anything about them. I think that was partly like he made a mistake and now he was being blackmailed too as well because of it too. So I think there is an element of blackmail or something in there.
Yeah.
Just probably not exactly this part.
Mm-hmm. I'm afraid that Foreman Ting at the time had already come to harm.
Gasp.
How is that so? Ah Wu claimed that he saw Foreman Ting leaning against the railing, staring directly downward. The railings were burning hot, but it did not matter to him, because he could not feel anymore. His eyes were not looking down, but instead closed, because that's what they look like in the art. This also explains why I honestly felt like he was dead from the very beginning of this fucking case.
Yeah,
just because of the animation alone, I was like, that looks like a dead man.
That looks like a dead body.
That looks like a ghost that is falling into the fucking shit. This also explains why Foreman Ting did not jump down, but instead dived forward. Therefore, I suspect that this was a murder. Murder? Did I... Okay, here's another crackpot theory, like a crazy one that probably is not what's happening, but could be a thing. What if he faked his death? What if it's actually the foreman that, like, killed someone, like, either on accident or on purpose, and has spent the entire last night making an entire scheme to hide what he did? Or even maybe he could have even maybe went crazy. Like this was him actually making a sacrifice, but he was pretending it was himself so that he could hide the fact that he committed murder.
Committed murder.
I mean, he could have done that too, Morgan. Yeah, well, I'm like, because that would explain why he wore the headwear. That maybe he spent the entire night previously, like, setting everything up and possibly, like, getting everything prepared. You know,
or to only be switched out with him.
Yeah, it would also make sense because he knows exactly how ironwork, like all the ironworking works and stuff, and also might have an understanding of his like employees potentially. I don't know. That's my crazy one. That probably is not true, but I'm putting it out there just in case.
Just in case.
Your Honor, we need to conduct another round of investigations. Although we have a preliminary deduction of the suspect's MO, there are still many mysteries. Like how the suspect left the scene?
As well as the suspect's identity and their motive. We have no clue at the moment.
Ting is stubborn and has oft offended many people, but he is a diligent man who shouldn't have suffered such misfortune. At present, the ironworks can't afford to be delayed any further.
Your Honor, the nature of a homicide is different. If the villain commits more crimes, the ironworks will lose even more. If there is no conclusion by tomorrow morning, you may draft an announcement to calm public opinion. Besides, I believe Mr. Detective will uncover the truth before tomorrow morning. Isn't that right, Great Detective?
Yeah.
I will do my best. So right now, as far as I can tell, based on, I think, all of our statements... Actually, let me go look. Do we only have this guy's statement?
Oh,
What?
what does she sound like? No, I don't. You don't need to change the voice. Remember, we can just hear from the voice logs.
Fine.
对吧，大侦探？
Okay.
如果明早还没定论，可先起草公告压下舆论，再细细调查。
Not that off
Okay.
from the voice I was doing.
Very, very soft. Very soft voice. Yes. I just like
What they
hearing how
used in
people
steel
like
plants back then, there might have been toxic stuff that messed with his mind. I mean, that's the implication, because there's I don't know if you were here for it, Toshi. One of the guys talked about how they kicked the shrine, and some strange, mysterious powder that smelled like gunpowder flew out of it. And, like, afterwards he got super fucking sick and couldn't speak anymore for a few days. So... yeah, there's probably some toxic chemicals. But also that could support the theory that... because if it was phosphorus that we're talking about, and that it was made like a phosphorus like beam or whatever that thing was, maybe it was something he hid in the altar that he used for the fucking thing.
I do think, though, that part of it, though, is that a lot of these materials we use still to create the steel, we still use today. It is just, again, the thing of, hey, we are better about safety for the most part, kinda.
Yeah, a little.
Ish.
Only a smidge. But anyway, I mean, right now, if we're going off just the characters we're aware of, I think there's only 2 characters that, based on their alibis, like, actually could have done it. Maybe 3? Because we don't know anything about where the guard was whenever all this shit happened. The fucking suspicious guard. Old Lee is also very suspicious, because as far as we're aware, he was just, according to his own testimony, working over, like, at the other little bay. But as far as we're aware, there was no one to confirm whether or not that was actually the case. So he could have easily been sneaking around doing that in the background, and he would have had all the information. So I think that's a pretty likely contender. Or it could have been him and he faked his own death or something crazy happened. Maybe it could have been Ho, but I don't feel like it is. I feel
I feel it's more likely that it'd be both of the 2 workers than it'd be Ho.
Yeah, because, and even then I don't think it's either of the 2 workers, because they were the only witnesses, and why would they be telling this weird, elaborate story?
Also, Ho did say specifically that he was gonna be, like, with, that he was with, the princess lady. Sorry, that's not her name. Journalist.
No, I thought it was the administrator who said he was with her. I thought.
Oh, okay. I thought, okay.
I don't know. I think that's why I can't remember what he said his alibi is, but I feel like he's fine. Just both the way he's been talking and acting, and I think if I remember correctly what he said where he was, I think that he seems fine. But always a chance. I will do my best. Then let's act according to Miss Wen's suggestion.
Yeah. Shen, why is Miss Wen on our side all of a sudden? She doesn't seem to mind that she lost you either.
I heard that, kiddo. Who said this was a competition?
You?
The news should be more important to Miss Wen.
How about this? Falling incident shrouded with mystery. Detective tries to uncover conspiracy.
Loading.
Cool. That seems like a good place to stop, I think. I feel much more satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave it at that. Was a good 2.5 hours, so anyway, I'm gonna go lay down and try to get some stuff done, because I didn't get shit done today. I'm gonna go try to get some stuff done, but I hope everyone had a fun time and everyone had a good time here on the stream. We will be back at some point. Hopefully, I mean, at the very least, hopefully next Friday. If not next Friday, then hopefully maybe a day before. It will depend, because somebody is about to go flying back to to New York on my birthday of all days.
On your birthday of all
On
days.
my birthday
Why
of
would
all
they
days.
do that?
They're so mean of them.
I don't know why they would do that. That
They're
sounds
so
very
rude.
mean of them.
But because of that, but yeah. So Chinema's going back to college.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, because I hate it when you do this bit. But the thine day of birth, yes. But Chim is going to go back to college, which means that obviously Chim's schedule is going to be a little wacky for a minute.
Rough.
Little rough. So everyone we're going to just play it by ear. Hopefully, though, if all goes well, we'll have another one. At the very least, by next Friday, we'll be playing more of this, if not sooner. And hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, pretty please, if all goes well, we can maybe do a little more Homestuck, because that's one of the only things I can think about this entire time. Do you understand why I'm in agony?
Yeah, he's been having.
I'm in agony. I just want to do more Homestuck with my friends, and it's one of the only things I can think about. But it's fine. But yeah, again, if everything goes well, hopefully we'll be able to maybe get another Homestuck or something in. There's also potentially I might come and do a birthday stream. It probably will not be on the day of my actual birth, because I'm going to be doing other things and will probably be too tired to do a fucking live stream. But possibly I might be planning something next week or this week, I guess, for like a birthday party, like a Jackbox party or something. But I actually have to sit down and try to schedule that. So,
yeah.
But anyway, hope you guys all had a fun time. I hope everyone has a lovely evening. I hope everyone's brains are functioning a little better than mine. And I will see you guys. And then, do you have anything to say?
Check out the comic.
Yes, check out.
Is doing.
You should go check out Chinema's commissions that are open over on VGen. Because Chinema needs some money. Chinema needs some money. Yeah. So with that, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.